My man, Devante. What's going on, brother? Happy holidays to you. How are you?
Same to you, man. I'm blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain.
Hey, first of all, don't get me excited. We just started. We just started. Um, Man, running into you. First of all, I always say, God bless social media in this aspect because it gives us the ability to connect. I know a lot of people have things about social media, where the world is going, technology, and all that type of stuff. But if you use it in a healthy way, now look, I would have never ran into you, man, had it not been for social media and these sorts of things, putting me in a position, to create the Deaf Collective podcast, interviewing and speaking to the dreamers, the believers, the creatives, like people who are moving and doing something. And the goal that I had with this podcast, like I was telling you offline, is not just to interview only popular and famous people, but the best people. And I do
Mhm.
believe that you are one of those best people, man. I've seen you in action. I've got to talk to you behind closed door because a lot of people are not who they portray themselves to be. And
Absolutely not.
I can't wait to cut up on this podcast. But you are, in the event that people don't know, Devante the Therapist. I got your social media pulled up. Veteran, thank you for your service. Serial entrepreneur. We're definitely going to get into that. Licensed therapist, licensed social worker, and best-selling author. You are a busy man.
I
You
try to be,
you
man. I
and
try.
I don't know if busy is the right word for someone as productive as you.
Okay. Well, listen. I'm gonna take the busy though, but I will say it is a lot of productivity that comes
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, but a lot of people are busy and just moving, and it's like you're on a treadmill. Like you covered a lot. Like you even did lost some weight. You sweating, but you look down and you ain't covering no ground.
Absolutely.
I
I
I look at your ground and it's covered. Like you are actually moving. So before we jump into these questions, man, is there any way you want to say hello to the people? Is there any way you want to introduce yourself before we jump in?
What's up, everybody? I'm Devante, the therapist, the licensed social worker. Listen, I'm one of the ones that love to bring the visibility to mental health on social media, just like Dr. E here. So he giving me my flowers, but he's an amazing guy, and I'm
Hey,
not going to overlook that, and I'm not going to give him his flowers while I'm right here. So that's me in a nutshell. Looking forward to connecting with everybody. Thank you, Dr. Elijah, for providing this platform.
it's gonna be really good. We're gonna jump right in. What are you building right now, and why does it matter to you personally?
I am building my second private practice on the north side of Houston, Texas, and it matters to me personally because everybody is experiencing some type of mental health barrier. I don't care if you're looking at the greatest person alive, even you sitting before me and me sitting
Yeah,
before you.
yeah.
We all are encountering some type of mental health barrier. So me being able to address mental health and bring awareness to my community and to
Hmm.
society, and of course to social media, I mean, listen, that hits home each and every time.
But see what you're not about to do. You said you're second,
My second,
so there's a first.
there is a first, absolutely.
How do we? I mean, because you can build a practice. It could be virtual. You could do it from home,
Absolutely, you
but you
can.
have a brick and mortar, a standing practice. How is a day in the life of who you are and what it is you have going? Like, are there primary focuses? Is it something new every day? Like now we're because you know some stuff if you build in a second one. So
Absolutely.
tell us about the first one.
So the first one has been around since 2021.
Hmm.
I started off as a substance abuse counselor, and so I started dealing only
Mm.
with the substance abuse population. And I was in the midst of me becoming a substance abuse counselor, I was also becoming a licensed professional counselor. So I
Okay.
was building on the mental health side of the private practice at that time. Once I transitioned into becoming independent as an LPC, hey, it was the mental health. I started primarily focusing on substance abuse. As clientele continued to pour into my private practice, I knew that I needed to expand as far as hiring 1099 contractors,
Mm,
potentially looking at W-2 employees at the time.
yeah.
However, that was not my route. That wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, I started hiring my 1099 contractors, and we stepped into the specializations of post-traumatic stress disorder,
Yeah.
suicidal ideation, and anger management when we first stepped into it, alongside substance abuse.
Was it always mental health for you? Was it always substance abuse? Was it always mental and emotional? Was this always what you wanted to do?
This was not always what I wanted to do.
Oh man, hold
At
on.
first, I thought I wanted to be a police officer, and I thought that
No,
I
no,
did.
no, no. I didn't say nothing. That's still mental health in a way. You're still serving, you're still helping people. Like actually.
Yeah, but I'm big on alignment, and I started realizing that that's not a career field that aligns with who I am and what I
Yeah.
stand for in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Salute to all the police officers out there, though. Listen, I support it.
Sure. Sure. Okay. So now you cut your teeth, you built this second practice. This is not even a question that's on my list. From your first practice to your second practice, what's what's one of the biggest differences that you've noticed between where you started and all the things that you know now going into your second practice? Are there any major differences or things you're like, man, I've really learned this over that time?
Absolutely. The major difference is that I can do it. I feel like I stepped into my first practice not knowing if I could do it. Like a lot of people say that, they experience imposter syndrome. I definitely feel like I did for a while. Up until I continued to build on my clinical
Yeah.
expertise, and I also build upon my confidence. So now
Okay.
I'm stepping into my second practice, knowing that I can do it, and I'm 100% more confident with providing the services and knowing my clinical expertise, being able to mentor and show people like, hey, listen, you can do it too. So throughout me growing in a private practice, yes, I want to be of service to the clients, but I also want to be of service to mental health professionals that are stepping into the field.
Now hold on. Now hold on. I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm just calling it how I see it. So not only are you helping the people, but you're helping the people helping the people.
Absolutely.
So that graduation. So was it was it was it only confidence that you felt was in your way? Because I know a lot of people, strive to be things and, really push and have a goal to get to these places. Would you say that that's something that stops a lot of people from actually doing it? Like what not just from a motivational and inspirational end, but you see it from a psychological end.
Absolutely. Confidence is one of the biggest barriers that people tend to not have. I mean, and I'm speaking from experience.
Okay.
So if you don't have the confidence, you kind of want to shy away from it. You kind of get input from people that surround you that has never done it, and
Yeah.
they kind of, and help you shy away from your dream because they'll tell you, well, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't feel if that's not in your first
Mm,
mind, don't go with it. Hey,
yeah.
if that's your gut feeling, don't go with it. And it's like, but what if you do?
I
What if
can
you establishing your first private practice or stepping into the mental health field or getting your first license in whatever career field that you're in
come on.
is that game changer for the rest of your life, for your family, for your children? So I would say confidence is definitely one of the biggest barriers. And of course, you go through different life experiences with there may be a breakup, there may be a
Hmm.
loss in the family. And I mean, I went through quite a few things
Yeah.
prior to me becoming who I am today.
And still did it.
Still did it and still
Still did.
doing it.
And I think a lot of people think because they make a decision in life or they finally commit to doing something that life is going to be like, oh, okay, well, now that you're doing it, we gonna chill, we gonna back off a little bit, and
Uh,
and if anything, that's where life is going to turn up. Like life
Absolutely.
is going to be like, oh, bet you want it, or I think people live life in a way not to win, but just not lose. It's
Hmm.
almost like if this is as good as things can get, like nobody touch nothing. Like
Mm,
nobody do nothing. No, like we're just good. And it's like, yeah, but you can't do that.
mm-mm.
Like touch something, move something, like shake it up. Like don't let it get that. So first first practice, going to the second practice, I think is a great segue for question number two, because you touched on it a little bit. And I just want to open it up if that's okay with you.
100%.
What decisions or shifts had the biggest impact on you getting to where you are today?
Oh my God. Two things I'm going to point out. I'm going to say me experiencing suicidal ideation before I became a
Mm,
therapist, which is
mm,
what led me into becoming a therapist.
mhm.
And I'm going to say becoming a therapist and seeing that a lot of the clientele does not have anyone to put on a safety plan.
Safety plan. Open that up a little bit.
Safety plan is where a client will provide you with someone that they can contact if, or you can contact if they have a suicidal ideation or some form of mental health crisis.
Yeah.
So if they going through it at 2 o'clock in the morning, this is a person that they know they can absolutely call and they are going to answer. They're going to be there.
Mm,
And as a therapist, when you are sitting before a lot of clientele who have no one to put on a safety plan,
mm.
that's concerning
Yeah.
because you never know if someone is going to experience a mental health crisis or if they're going to follow through with committing an act of uh, committing an act of suicidal ideation.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I heard most out of that is that you're human too.
Absolutely.
People may look at your success. People may look at like, man, multi-practice owner, like veteran, best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, like all these things. And it's like, man, I wish I could be like him, or I wish I had it all together. I wish I had it all figured out. And the only reason I'm leaning in on this is, you know, there were moments in my life to where I thought about suicide as well, and it is a very real thing. It's a very human thing. It's real life. So for those people or that person who may be watching us right now or listening to us right now, hey, well, if you're having these thoughts, just reach out to someone, or here's the number of things, like that. But in this real moment, this very real moment right now that we're having, what would you say to that person who may be on that fence, who may be having suicidal ideations and maybe struggling with suicidal thoughts?
Listen, if you are someone that is struggling with any type of suicidal ideation or any form of suicidal thought, definitely explore your avenues. If there is a number that I would recommend to anyone, I would say, hey, utilize the 988 number. I feel like
Mhm.
that's what helped me. But also take advantage of social media. Almost everyone has a social media. There
Mhm.
are therapists, there are Facebook groups, there are TikTok groups. That reach out to a therapist in that group and just let them know what you're experiencing. They will have a direct contact that you can follow through with.
Yeah.
And if you feel like that's the last resort and you're not open to that, there are crisis centers in your community. If you want to go in person, just Google a crisis center, your nearest crisis center, and go to your crisis center and seek help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very real, and when you're in that moment, it well, nobody understands me. Nobody's gonna listen to me, or I even have some shame to even be thinking these thoughts at all. But putting the message out there and the transparency that this is a natural human emotion, like, these things happen to people, and depression, anxiety, and all the way to the heights of suicide don't happen to messed up people. Don't
Mhm.
happen to people who've made mistakes. Doesn't happen to people who, woke up on the wrong side of bed, or they're a terrible person. It happens to people, period.
Absolutely.
It happens to people, period, man. I'm thankful that, with your depth of knowledge and expertise, that you weren't able to just, say the regular things, but actually unpack that. Like, man, I have a crisis center in my community. Man, I can wait, there's a direct contact that I can call. Oh,
Mhm.
I thought it was just like some big number and whoever picks up, picks up. But that makes it human. That makes it understandable. So again, if you are having these thoughts or these feelings or these emotions, just understand that this isn't something that's happening because something's wrong with you.
Mhm.
Sometimes this is just where things land, and there's help and there's options.
And I
Even
want to add,
even Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
like life is challenging. Like I always tell people, eh, whether you're a client or a mental health professional or just a regular human being, just like all of us,
Yep.
life is challenging.
Yeah.
life is not always easy. It is not always peaches and creams, and the economy is forever changing.
Talk about it.
So
Talk
when it
about it.
comes to suicidal ideation,
Yeah.
trust me, almost 9 times out of ten, it's not a you thing. It's
It's
not a you thing.
it happens, man, and the brain is going to brain. It is going to
Absolutely.
these things and taking into consideration not only have we never had this amount of information at our fingertips, some even have the discussion that we were never supposed to have this much information in
Mm,
front of us and process us. So now your mind has to do all these things, and it's like, well, maybe the best way is just to end it all and
mm,
get out of here. So I like what you said out of that stint was it's not a you thing.
It's not a you thing.
Devante the therapist, look,
Yeah.
and apparently didn't come here to play. Question number 3. What do people misunderstand most about your journey or the work that you do?
Oh my God, I feel like you absolutely just said it, honestly. Like I'm human. I am human. I
Mm,
make mistakes. I
mm,
deserve the same grace that you would give to your friend, your cousin, your homeboy, your mom, your dad. I want that
yeah,
same
yeah.
grace. I am human. I am not perfect. The reason that I am here because I overcame the trial. I
Mm,
overcame the error. I kept my faith and I kept pushing.
yeah, yeah.
But that does not mean that I did not experience any downfalls. That doesn't mean that I didn't go broke. That doesn't mean that I didn't sleep in my car because I
Hmm.
did.
Hey man, we can talk about it. We can talk about, and a lot of people don't understand or know those things. And I think that's that avoidance is I'm trying to avoid hard times when it's not hard times, it's just times that are a part of the process. and
Absolutely.
and and they may be this time may be harder than this time over here, but it's not about avoiding the hard and the difficult things and only making the easy decisions. Because we kind of carry those buckets in life, right? Well, these are the easy decisions and I'll make these because they're easy, and these are the difficult decisions, so I'll either try to find a way to make those easier or avoid them altogether, when I believe that the bucket that we should be walking around with life in is the bucket of necessity. Is
Hmm.
this decision necessary for me to make or not? Not is it I'm gonna make it because it's easy, or I'm gonna avoid it because it's hard. Is this decision necessary for me to make? Period. And if it is, make it despite of, make it in spite
Yes.
of, and that's that. He said, he said, not I need that same grace. I want that same grace. Understand that I am human. But there's the comparison again. People showing the highlights of their life on social media, not telling you about their downfalls, sleeping in cars, like best-selling book, best-selling author. I wrote that mug in my car while I was homeless. And you're like, man, go look at the TV news interview. Homeless on the interview, trash
Mm,
bags in the car.
mm.
So now people are looking at people and looking at you like, wait a minute, I can do it. Like, nah, Devante the therapist, man, he's all of these things, but he went through those things just like me.
Absolutely. Listen, I did it in the car, homeless. I was experiencing homelessness. I was experiencing my lack of faith at that point because
Yeah,
it was a lot for me. Like it
yeah.
was so many times that I questioned God about the
Mm-hmm.
predicament that I was in because you feel as if in those moments I have a good heart. I'm so giving. I've
Yeah,
been a blessing to everybody. Why is
yeah.
this happening to me? And
I thought this
that's
was the
literally
game.
what, listen, that's what led me into becoming a therapist. Little do anyone knows, that's what opened the door. That
Yeah.
because a therapist saved me. A therapist saved
Mm.
me.
I heard you mention faith twice now.
Hmm.
So that's a thing for you. That's just something you say, or like there's a real
Oh,
faith there. Like we rock.
man, absolutely. What? We talk about everything together. I'm not stepping into something until we talk. We need to talk first. Me and God got to run it. We have to real life run it.
Hey, pull up a
I'm
chair, big dog.
Listen, because a lot of the decisions that I made back then, I didn't choose God when I look at it. I did not directly choose God. I was choosing, like you said,
Mm.
things that were not a necessity for they were not a necessity
Mm.
for me. It wasn't. It was only because I liked it. I desired it. It was a lust thing.
Come
But I
on.
realized it was not beneficial for my process in any way. Now, oh no, I choose God first and everything
Yeah.
else gonna follow through
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So,
And
mm-mm.
intentionality is what I hear.
You hear me? Listen, 2026 is definitely year of being intentional. Listen,
Look,
I'm going to continue to
I'm
be
trying to tell
intentional.
you the flex is so unreal. They're gonna be like, no way, way. Are you serious?
It's
Serious.
possible. It's going to happen.
That faith is a big piece, man. That faith is a big piece, and just looking at life like, wait, I wasn't just born to die.
Mm,
Like I wasn't born to like be able to do all of these amazing things. Up when I die, that's just it. Like it's over.
no, it's
So
going to keep
faith was a
going.
part of the journey. Faith was a part of the equation. And he said, "Hey, pull
Listen,
up a hey, hey, pull up a chair. It is
hey,
what it is."
I'm not doing nothing without God. Don't even step to me and think that any decision that I make is without God
Yeah.
because it's not. I done talked to him already. So,
So two practices uh in the same city, in the same state.
in the same city, in the same state.
Okay. Would any plans of ever going outside of your state or
Absolutely. So I'm
yeah.
licensed in 6 states.
Talk your six state licensed talk.
So the next state that I'm going to step into is definitely going to be my home state, Louisiana. Got to put the boot
Okay.
on there. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Louisiana will see that brick and mortar coming. And
Come
it
on.
may be in 2026. I don't know just yet, but
Look,
we will see.
I'm not doubting a person. I'm not doubting a person like you. I if I got to bet on somebody, I'm betting on Devante. Like
Yay.
he said he gonna do it. Um, just a true inspiration, man. Just a true inspiration. Little rabbit trail. Growing my mental and emotional health journey. Being a doctor myself, talking about licensing, talking about different things like that, man. You are a teacher of teachers. You are a leader of leaders. And again, just taking that moment to give you those flowers because you are the
Yeah.
real version. And I wish there were more influencers. I wish there were more content creators who approached it this way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm him, but I was also him. So like I'm him, don't get it twisted. But I was also, and that creates a transparency and a relatability to where it is not, it's not the me show. It's the us show, the we show. Like, hey,
Hmm.
I when I go to the next level, I'm gonna hold the door open for you as well. And I don't think enough people do that. And I was asking you, so, and I didn't know, and we're kind of groomed in a way to where you don't ask people questions. Not being respectful, not just trying to get something for free. But when you're on the phone, like you were giving me game, like gems, like, nah, bro, do it. And I'm like, okay, so how do you want me? Like, I don't want nothing from you. Like, just do it. Is that something you see a lot in your profession, or just in the world, that people are that open and giving and really want to see people win? Like I look at you and I know you get yours. It's apparent. But is that a common thing at this level and this height to where people freely and openly like, hey, like I'm gonna set my boundaries and my standards. Like if you want the services and the breakdown, then yeah, we're gonna set something up. But organically and holistically, yeah, if I got time, like, is that something you see or experience a lot? Is that really out there or
No, I do not see that a lot. I now I'm going to be fully transparent when I say this. I do feel like I encounter it a lot, but I think certain people try to do it with me or for me because
uh-huh.
of who I am. But
Mm,
if it was just like a regular Joe off the block who are just interested in the mental health field and learning
yeah.
and wanting to grow in the field, I don't think that he would get that same due diligence. I don't think so. But even with me stepping into the field initially, I did not get that. I have like a long email that I've been debating on posting for a long time when I was an LPC associate.
Yeah.
And this guy did not want to help me. I offered all kinds of money, but he said, listen, it will be very
Wow.
competitive in this field if you step in it because of the amount of money that he receives. He
Yeah.
feels like if he was to train me or show me different things in the clinical field or from a clinical aspect, that he would lose some of that money. So he wanted me to like sign off with him for like 5 years total to guarantee that he wouldn't lose any money. So I'm going to say, to answer your question, no, I don't see that a lot at
That,
all.
but that's not even a reality.
It's
That's a
not.
mind thing. Like you're one person. You how many people would you say you see a year as a
Ooh.
professional? How many people that you actually sit down and help with? Like
Uh,
patients, clients?
man, I'm gonna say at least 150, 200.
150 to 200.
150 to 200.
And this man thought that let's just say he was seeing 500 people. First of all, what human? I Cuz I know how many people I see in a year. You think out of 8 billion or maybe at that time 6 billion, 7 billion, who knows? 5 billion. You thought somebody was going to be able to come into the practice, into the not even your practice, the field, the profession, and take away from you. Can I say, because I don't want to, this is not that type of podcast. Can I say that, no, not gatekeeping. That's not gatekeeping. Can I say that it is unfortunate when a professional makes helping people about them?
It is very unfortunate. I think that's also that's why I operate the way that I do though. When you say like I'm like kind of open, I'm just kind of giving,
Yeah.
simply because when I die, I don't want the visibility of mental health to stop. Because the services that we provide as
Yeah.
mental health professionals, if you're the only person who knows certain things, when you die, it ultimately could take
Goes with
someone's
you.
life. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I don't. That's not what I want. That's
You didn't share
I
this information. This ain't cupcakes. This ain't real
no.
estate. I don't want you to have my secret ingredient. So is it about you or like that? And that is a detriment to mental health.
It is. I 100% agree with you. Yes, it is. I hate to see it. I do think that there is a difference between gatekeeping and like having boundaries as a
Yes.
business professional or as a mental
Yes.
health professional. I get it that time is not free. So if there are certain services that you are receiving compensation for, get it, totally got
Get
it.
your compensation.
But if someone is offering, because to me, I would look at that as how he did me as a form
Yeah.
of gatekeeping because I tried to pay for
Yeah.
the service multiple times, but you didn't want me to step into the
Yeah, that
field
was
of,
something personal. Like
and I,
and when I say gate and when I say not gatekeeping, I meant what the way I meant for that to land was that that was more than gatekeeping. You weren't
oh yeah,
just gatekeeping, like you were hurting people.
hmm
I'm gonna get off that. I'm gonna get off that because I'm gonna get off that. Devante the Therapist, serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, veteran, licensed social worker, licensed therapist. Man, you're an absolute gift. Who did you have to become for your goals, ideas, or visions to actually work? So we're not at our last question yet. Question number 4.
hmm
Who did you have to become for your goals, ideas, or vision to actually work?
I had to become a protector.
Talk about it.
I had to become a protector.
Talk about it.
I had to really put in place that I have to have like this boundary talk. No, I truly had to have. I
Mm.
had to protect myself with making certain decisions that kept me away from certain family members, kept me away from like my closest friends. So I had to protect my energy because in order for you to have that ambition to keep going and to stay motivated, you
Come on.
have to be surrounded by the most positive, like highest
Mhm.
quality of quality type
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
So when it comes to protecting my peace, protecting my image,
yeah.
protecting who I am as a person and a professional, I had to become a protector. I had to continue to save me and prioritize me. And that means protecting my peace and protecting who I am as a person.
But doesn't that take some type of courage? Like, doesn't that take some type of audacity, like the I actually love myself. I like my Imma treat me how I treat so many other people. But doesn't that takes a certain type of audacity. Like, that takes a certain type of courage. That takes a wherewithal to say, like, I love myself. Like, Imma treat myself how I treat other people finally. For you to say you had to become a protector, and what I talk about a lot with clients is having relationships with people instead of having relationships with titles. Having
Mm.
relation that because everybody is not their title. Like, well, you gonna talk to your mom like that? No, no, no. I'm gonna talk to this person like that. Well, whether it's your business owner, your brother, your pastor, your friend, whoever, it is treating people like the people they are instead of the titles that they hold and carry. And you said you had to become a protector, but that takes courage. No?
So yeah, exactly what you said hit the nail on the head. So valuing those relationships with other people, I feel like I was good at that. That was a
Mm.
priority for me. But in the midst of me prioritizing my relationships with other people and putting value into them, I was losing value in myself and not prioritizing me. Because when you get in the habit of constantly showing up for people, being present for people, saying yes for people, not saying no,
Come on.
you start to lose yourself. You really do. So I had to focus on the relationship with me.
I we don't have that type of time to but we do and we will. So I can only imagine how many people lose themselves in these other relationships. And what happens is the more you do that, the more the brain starts to accept and rewire itself of this is who we are, this is how we accept things, this is the behavior. How did you get out of that?
Breaking habits. It's just like to me, I always look at it like it was a form of an addiction because you sometimes
Mm,
some people identify themselves as a yes man, and some people just can't say no. Some people just
mm,
absolutely because it pleases other people. Some people
yeah.
are people pleasers. We all have some form of people pleasing in us,
Yes.
but
True.
I definitely think I had it to the detriment of myself. And when it came to me getting out of that, I had to break the habit. I had
Mm,
to be comfortable with feeling as if like feeling that guilt, feeling bad, because that's what it came with. It came with
yeah.
me feeling bad. It came with me feeling guilty. It came with me feeling like, well, listen, if I'm not there for them, no one else probably would be. Like, what if they don't have any options? But then when you
Mm,
start educating yourself and you start learning more, they actually do have options. They just don't use them or they
they got
burn
'em.
bridges. And I'm just one of the last ones that they was holding on to. So I would say that I started breaking habits.
I wanna unpack that so much because it's like al allowing these behaviors, creating these things in your person, in your psyche, in your central nervous system to where you start to believe that. But a lot of people do, like you said, they do have these options, and sometimes you can get in the way of people's personal growth. Last question, my favorite question, like the question. If you had the attention of the entire world for 60 seconds, what would you tell them?
Prioritize your mental health. Don't lose yourself trying to please everybody else. That's what I would do for that's what I would say in my 60 seconds.
The
I wouldn't even take advantage of the full 60 seconds because if I could throughout that 60 seconds, I want
Yeah.
them to ask questions. I
Okay.
want ask me the whys.
Yeah.
Ask
Yeah.
me why it's important. Let me give you that valuable information because everything starts, in my opinion,
Mhm.
with your mental health.
It does.
Sometimes some people can't do it if you're feeling depressed. You can't do it if you're angry. Sometimes you lose motivation when you have a loss of a relationship or a
Mhm.
friendship. So yeah, prioritize your mental health and don't
Okay.
lose yourself in the midst of everybody else. Don't do it.
Since we have that time, since we have that time, what's the quick why?
The quick why? Because you literally can depression,
Yeah.
feeling overwhelmed,
Yeah.
anxiety, potentially post-traumatic stress disorder,
Mm.
maybe even suicidal ideation.
Yep.
I want to save a life.
Y
That's the why.
This person is sitting in front of us right now. depressed, maybe not suicidal ideation like we were talking about earlier, but they are people pleasing. They are stuck in this chapter. They are stuck in this point in this position, and they are like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. What would you tell that person?
I would first ask them, what is the pain that you've been carrying for so long?
Mm,
Then I'll ask them, who hurt you?
mhm.
Let's start with who hurt you.
Yeah,
They say, well, everybody hurt me. Well, let's start with the first person.
yeah.
How did your parents treat you?
Mhm.
And then we'll break down the different scenarios that they've experienced. We'll break down the different emotions that they've encountered. And
Yeah,
we'll break down the different attachment styles that they have surrounded themselves with. Because have they always been in avoidance space? Or
yeah.
did they become an anxious person because of certain things? Like I can go on and on and on with the full breakdown of that because
It's who you are, is what you do.
listen.
I I'm not, and this is not a trick question. I don't want it to come off like that or sound like that. Just knowing how people are and what people do.
Mhm.
I I'm having I'm just not a happy person. I got some anxiety on me. I go through, mood swings, moments of depression, things like that. I'm I'm not ready to talk to a therapist. I'm afraid I don't know what's going to happen. I've had a lot of people, say these things to me. Well, I've been watching you for years, and I had to muster up the courage and all this type of stuff. What do you say to that person who needs to do something about their mental and emotional health and hasn't pulled the trigger yet? Not in that way. Hasn't made the the decision to speak to a mental health professional.
If they are not in the space to speak to a therapist right now, I would say grab that pen and
Mhm,
that paper,
mhm.
or even grab your phone and go to your notes.
Yeah,
Get those thoughts out of your mind. Process your thoughts out of your mind. Put that on paper. Put it on a
yeah.
notepad. Because the more you continue to sit and you fester on those thoughts, your brain continues to repeat it. It's a repeating cycle
Mm,
until you get it out of your mind. It's
yeah,
just like a tab at the top of your internet browser.
yeah,
If it continues to stay open and you don't exit it out and you don't put it down, it's going to stay there. And then the next tab opens when you go through something else and it continues to open. And then we're wondering why you're having all these panic attacks
yeah.
because you got all these tabs that you've never
Close
been
them,
able to process out. You have to close them.
close them.
Close them.
What I hear in that moment also is, just with that analogy, there are a lot of tabs that we have open mentally and emotionally
Mm,
that need to be refreshed and updated.
mm.
Like this giver of this service or this product has updated their terms and conditions. They've added new things, they've taken new things away, and you still got that old tab open. It ain't reloaded, it ain't done nothing. It's still spinning and processing that same stuff from last season. That's not even on sale anymore. And a
Mm.
lot of us need to reopen and refresh our tabs as well, because it's like you're not who you were to get to this level. Now you're going to the next level trying to be the old. It's not going to happen. It's not
Dr.
going to
E is
happen.
cooking.
No, no,
Dr.
no.
E is
No,
cooking.
no. I'm taking from the notes of what you were talking about, of setting those boundaries, getting away from certain relationships, not to get back at somebody or because you thought you were better,
Mm.
this and that, but just necessary things. And I think it is necessary that as we continue to update, grow, learn, and change and update in our lives, that we make sure we close some stuff out and allow it to refresh so that we're who we need to be for that next level and that next chapter.
Oh, I
The
like
the
that.
Devante the therapist, man, you somebody I want to keep rubbing shoulders with. Like you, how how can we find you? Where can we support? How do we plug in? Give us all the stuff.
Hey, listen, across every platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Yeah,
Devante the Therapist.
it's only one.
Uh, it's only one, Devante the Therapist. And if you needed immediate response, listen, send me an email, info at path of progression, M as in Mary, B as in Bravo, S as in Sierra.com. Send me a nice old email.
Come
I'm
on,
here to help.
path of progression, sir. I love who you are. I love the body of work that you do. You are a true gift. Thankful for this. I said it on a couple, but and I mean it every time I say it. I hope this isn't the last time we speak, and I can't wait to do this again.
Dang, Dr. E, keep being amazing, man. I appreciate you.
Talk to you soon, brother.